In this lesson today, we will be talking about the Constitution. This presentation has only the very key ideas to understanding what the Constitution is and what it means to us in our everyday lives as Americans. What will I know by the end of this lesson? At the end of this lesson, I, as a student, will be able to tell the purpose of why we have the Constitution and also why it is so important to the United States of America. While I am talking, I want you to write down one reason why it is important to you and one reason why it is important to the USA in general. Let's start from the very beginning. It was a whole new country with all new ideas. Many years before the Constitution was signed, the Declaration of Independence was established. The date of the Declaration of Independence being established was July 4th, 1776, also known as Independence Day, that we still celebrate today. The Declaration of Independence was a document that informed England that USA was going to break away to form its own country. Over 225 years ago, a group of men called framers came together to sign a document that would be known as the Constitution. To get this piece of law finalized, it took months and months and months of debates and compromise. Each person had their own ideas of how our government should be run or how it should not be run. What did the Constitution do for the United States? The Constitution laid out what the people's rights were in America. It also created the government and was a set way that all of the then 13 states would function as one country. Here's the original document. This is an original copy of the Constitution, which is housed at the National Archives in Washington, D.C. It is very, very, very old and has a lot of historical value to us as Americans. How do we change the Constitution? When the Constitution was written, the framers wanted to have a way to amend or change the Constitution since they knew that not everyone would agree with the rules that they had decided upon for the rest of America's time. It had to be easy, but not too easy. Amendments. The framers added an amendment process. An amendment to the Constitution is a change that can add to the Constitution or change an older part of it. The last amendment took place in 1992, and it was proposed in 1789. If you were to do the math, our union was without change for almost 203 years, so it's not a very easy process. How does this affect me? The Constitution is the highest law in all of the United States. All other laws come from and are based on the Constitution. It tells how the government works. It also created the very important positions of a president, the Congress, and the Supreme Court. Fun fact, each state also has their own constitution. However, the Constitution of the United States is still the highest law of the land. My rights. Within the United States Constitution is the Bill of Rights. These are a list of things that the government cannot take away from you because they are your fundamental rights as human beings who reside in this country. It is illegal for the government to violate any of the rights in the Bill of Rights. Here is a photo of the Bill of Rights. The Bill of Rights is the first 10 amendments of the Constitution. If you want to, you can take a pause on this video to check it out. What I know now. Now, if anyone asks me, I will be able to state the purpose of the Constitution and tell why it is important for the United States of America. writing time, write 2 responses for each of the questions I asked at the beginning of this presentation. If you need a reminder, the first one was, why do we have the Constitution? And the second one was, why is the Constitution important?